Hello everyone, my name is Behruz. Welcome back to another General English video. We need to turn to page 63. Yes, here we are. The title of this unit 9A is there a bank near here? So, like always, we start the unit with a conversation. So there is a conversation between Robin and John, and let's see what it is about. Robin and John see each other at school. Read the conversation and practice. So Robin starts. John, is there a bank near here? Yes, there is one in the Diamond Shopping Center. Why? Great, I need to change my money to US dollar. Oh, I see. Are there any restaurants? I'm so hungry. Yes, there are. There are two good Italian restaurants. And Robin says, perfect. One more question. Is there a bus stop? John says, of course there is. Let me come with you. I have nothing to do here. And Robin says, that's great idea. So, as you can see, some parts of the dialogue is in the blue color. So we have is there is, are there are. So the grammar, as you guessed, is about there is and there are. So let's go down a little bit. Here is the grammar part. There is and there are. There is and there are refer to something that exists. What does it mean? Look at the example here. There is a bank near here. It means here you can find a bank. So when you use there is and there are, you are referring to something that actually exists. For example, around here, or when you are talking about somewhere else. Look, there is used for singular noun. Singular means just one thing. And there are is used for plural nouns, more than one, like 2, 3, and millions. Look at the example here. The first example is, there is a bookstore in the building. So we started this sentence with there is. So what does it mean there is a bookstore in the building? It means the building has a bookstore. So there are two ways to talk about a bookstore in a building. You can use there is, or the building has a bookstore. Or if you are talking about more than one thing, you can use are. There are 3 books on the table. It means 3 books are on the table. So the contractions are there is, there's, and there are, there. Let's go to the next page. Yes, this is how you make questions. So as you know, as we have talked about, as I have taught you before, when you have am, is, are in your sentence, you need to reverse am, is, are with the subject to make a question, a yes, no question. So is there a supermarket? Yes, there is. And no, there isn't, or no, there is not. And you shouldn't say yes, there's, because in your short answer, you cannot use contractions. Okay? Are there any books? Yes, there are. No, there aren't. And is there a gym? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. So, using some and any in your sentences. We use some in affirmative sentences with plural nouns. It means you cannot use some with one thing. Look at the example here. There are some apples on the tree. So the tree has more than one apple. So some apples means more than one. Can be 2, can be 3, can be 5, and can be 100. And we use any for negative sentences and questions. Take a look at here. The sentence is negative. There aren't any good books in the library. It means the library doesn't have any good books. So we have books here. The sentence is negative, so we need to use any for the sentence, not there aren't some good books in the library. So some is used in the affirmative sentences and any is used in negative sentences and questions. So let's make another example. This time let's make a question. Are there any bananas left? Not are there some bananas left. So when you are making a question and you are referring to more than one thing, as you can see, we have let me use this highlight marker. As you can see, we have bananas, more than one. So are there any bananas left? Not are there some bananas left. So let me clean this up. Let me go down a little bit. So in your negative in negative sentences and questions, don't use any with singular countable nouns. Countable means you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, you can say there isn't a towel in my room, not there isn't any towel, because we use any for more than one, because you are referring to just one, so you need to use article e here, not there isn't any towel in my room. As you know, e and an are used with singular nouns. So we have some exercises. Exercise 1, complete the sentences with there is and there are. The only thing you need to pay attention to is if the noun is plural or singular. So for the first one has been done for you. There are 2 parks in the town. So when we have there are, we say that the town has 2 parks. So we have a girl, chairs, bathrooms, bags, good, movie, restaurants. So first, you need to be careful with if it is singular or plural, and after that, you need to see if you have any, it is negative. If you have some or it is affirmative. So exercise number 2, complete the sentences with a and some and any. The first one, like always, has been done for you. So complete the sentences with a and some and any. The first example is there aren't any cinemas in this neighborhood. It means this neighborhood doesn't have any cinemas. The sentence is negative, so we need to use any, and we are referring to more than one cinema. And you need to continue like this. Let's move on to the next page. Exercise 4, 5, and 6. You need to do them and pay attention to the sentences. Sometimes they are negative, sometimes they are in a question form, sometimes they are in the statement form. So be careful. Exercise 3. Correct the mistakes you see. Check if the sentences are grammatically correct. So if they are correct, you check them. For example, there is something in my pocket. So there is no grammatical mistake here. So you need to find them and you need to correct them. Okay, let's go down. In English, we have prepositions. What does it mean? Prepositions below are here to show how to say the location of something or someone. See the picture and practice. For example, the raccoon is on the box. As you can see, we have a box here and the raccoon is sitting on the box. Or the raccoon is between 2 boxes. So between is here, we have 1 box here, 1 box here, and the raccoon is sitting in actually between two boxes. So we have in, above, behind, between, in front of, under, near, and beside. So don't forget to practice, memorize them, and use them correctly. Let's go to the next page. Oh, that's the end of Unit 9A. Now we start with Unit 9B. So 9A was about there is, there are, some, and any. Where were you last night? As you can see, the title of this unit is a little bit strange because we have where here, and we are talking about last night. We are not talking about today. We are not talking about tomorrow. We are talking about last night. So read the text and true false the statements. Sometimes the information is missing. So, story of a murder. Let's go down. Part 1. Let me read this for you. There was a murder last night and a police officer is questioning the suspect. So, questioning is questioning. It is happening now. We are not talking about last night. We are just talking about now. And that's why we are using am, is, are plus verb plus ing. The police officer starts by asking this: where were you last night? But the suspect says, I was with my friends. The police officer continues, were you at the bar? The answer is no, we weren't. The police officer asks another question: where were you exactly? The suspect say, we were at the movie theater at 6. At 8, we were in a restaurant. I was at home at 10. My friends were in the bar until 12. The police officer says, so you weren't here at 9 o'clock. And the suspect says, no, I wasn't. The police officer says, thank you, and leaves. So, as you can see, we have where, we have was, we have at 6 last night. We are not talking about now, we are talking about the time before or the past. So, true, false, the sentences. The suspect was at the bar. Is it true? Is it false? Or there is no information in the text. So this is your job to do it. So here is the grammar part. The simple past with the verb be. What is the verb be? Am, is, are. So use the simple past when something started and finished in the past. Started and finished in the past. Look, I was at home last night. Last night is over. This is today, and we are talking about last night, not I am at home last night. So was needs to be used. So use was for am and is, and use where for are. So was for am and is, use where for are. So look at this example. He was in my office yesterday. He is in my office yesterday is wrong. And there is no contraction, so you cannot make it like I am, I'm. You cannot say I was, I's. There is no such a thing. So there is no contraction for was and where. Let's go down. Okay. I was, you cannot say I was, and we were, we cannot say we're, because this RE is for are, and we are not talking about the present time. Contractions in negative sentences, yes. When you are talking about something negative, you should use wasn't for was not, and were not weren't for were not. Always use were with you. So you were very tired 2 hours ago. So I am talking about you. And in English, we never use was or is with you. So you were tired. We have some time adverbs for the simple past. We have yesterday, 2 minutes ago, last night, last year, this morning, if we are not in the morning. For example, if it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon, yes, this morning is in the past, and last night. Yes, no questions. Just like am, is, are, was, and where are the same. Like you need to reverse was and where and the subject to make a question. Was he with you last night? Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. Were you happy about it? Yes, we were. No, we weren't. And were they in your class? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. So for WH questions, you need to use question words, and the answers are not with yes, no. So the first question with what is what was it? It was an umbrella. How was your day? It was okay. And where were you last week? Where were they last week? And the answer is they were in Italy. So let's go to exercise 2. What do we have here? You need to complete the sentences with was and where. So pay attention to the subject. If the subject is plural, use where. If it is singular, use was. And as you can see, yesterday, last year, here it's obvious we are talking about the past, so don't use the present time. Here, use was or where. Exercise 3, put the words in the correct order. So, okay, let me do it for you. Here I can write this. So here we need to make a question. So first we write the question word. Let me just, okay. So let me write it for you. Where? After that, verb be. Where. After that, the subject, you, and the time, adverb, last week. The question, I don't know where the question mark is. So this is the question you need to make for this exercise. Okay, let's continue to exercise number 2. And there is a question, statement, question. So be careful with them. Exercise number 4. What do we have here? Correct the mistakes. You can see the coffee is in the kitchen last night. So you are talking about last night. And when you are talking about last night, you cannot use am, is, are. You should use was or were. Coffee is uncountable. And we need to use is or was for uncountable nouns. So the coffee was in the kitchen last night. We have this, and number 6. So you need to do from 2 to 6. After that, we have a vocabulary part, prepositions of place using in, on, and at. For place. We are not talking about time. We are talking about place. So we use in for closed space. Closed means like a room. There is a ceiling, we have walls. So for cities, you should use in. Countries, in, for example, for cities, in Istanbul, in Italy, in a meeting, in the box, in the car. in the pocket, in class, in my room. Let's use on. For islands, we use on the Kish island, or on the bus, or on the ship, on the metro or subway, on the box, on the second floor, and on the wall. And for at, we use at home, at the door, at the cinema, at the restaurant, at work, at school, and at university. They are very important. You need to know for different places, you need to use different prepositions. What else do we have? Let me go down. Oh. Okay, prepositions of time with in, on, and at. Maybe it's a little bit confusing for you, but we have in for in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in 1998, in May, for months and for years, we use in. We use on for on weekdays from Monday to Friday. On or at weekends, we use from Saturday, actually Saturday and Sunday, we use on. Weekends, on Monday, days of the week, on Friday night, on January 24th, 1988. So when you are talking about just month or year, you should use in. But if you are talking about date, you should use on. For example, on March 1st. And using at noon, at midnight, at 5 o'clock, at lunchtime, and at night. Exercise 5. Put the best preposition to complete the sentences. Sometimes we have time, sometimes we have a place. So you need to use in, on, at to complete exercise 5. The first one has been done for you. The meeting starts at 8 o'clock. So for time, I told you, look at here, at 5 o'clock, at 8 o'clock. This is how you get it done. Okay, that was the end of Unit 9A and B.